Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Camper UK in Lincoln and I'm here to review this. This is the Carado T338 Edition 24. Now 24 represents the year 2024. For 2025 it'd be Edition 25. So this is the Edition 24. Now I'm excited to show you this because of the price point. Now this is what I would consider an entry-level motorhome. Starting price at £75,000, which I know is still a lot of money, but in the current climate of motorhomes, this offers a lot of motorhome. Carado is a German manufacturer and they're well known for their well-built Carado models, which, as I say, are at a good price point. So what do we need to know? Well, the Carado T338, the T stands for the semi-integrated model. On Carado, if you see the I, it actually refers to the integrated or A-class motorhome. So T, semi-integrated. Now, they are available on Fiat and Ford. So the one we're looking at today is on the Ford. I already mentioned the price starting at £75,000, although this one here at Camper UK has got a few extras on it and it's £79,000. As I go around, I'll do my best to point out what the optional features are. So let's make a start with the Edition 24. So as I say, it's on the Ford. This one has the 2-litre diesel engine. It comes standard with 130 horsepower, although this one at Camper UK has 155 horsepower and the automatic transmission. In terms of its size, so the length of this motorhome, it's 6 metres and 99 centimetres. Width-wise, it's 2 metres and 30 centimetres. And in terms of its height, it's 2 metres and 93. Weight-wise, it is a 3.5 tonne motorhome or 3,500 kilos. So you can drive this on the B category of your UK driving licence. So that's a few external facts and figures. Let's make a start at the front. Now this one here has the white Ford cab. There are optional paintworks on the cab. The body, however, does remain the same. So this one's on the white. We can see the front forward start here. The Caradao badge has been put here. And this obviously has got the white bumper and then the nice light cluster here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take us down the near side and we'll work our way around that way. So coming down, first of all, what we're going to find is the wing mirrors. These are folded in at the moment, but if I fold it out, it gives you an idea of the width with it out. These are electrically operated from the inside, but in terms of folding, it is a manual operation like that. Coming down, you're going to get these nice black gloss Ford alloy wheels. And then because this is a semi-integrated non-compact model, we can see how this motorhome extends at the side. And as I say, 2.3 metres wide, so we can see how the body of the motorhome comes out from the cab. Looking around the side of this motorhome, so white sides, and then we've got the silver, sparkly silver decals with the blue strip, which I quite like these. And then we have the vent for the Truma air-blown heating. This model at Camper UK has the upgraded Truma 6E, so it will run off electric and gas. Again, further alloy wheel back here, and then the water filling point. On board, you're going to get a very generous 122 litre freshwater tank and a 92 litre grey waste tank, so a good size water tank. And the second garage door here on the near side. We'll take a look from the off side, but you do get the second garage door on Edition 24. Now the rear, it's not too easy to see, but we'll do our best. Let's start up here first of all. So up here we have the Carado name badge, a high-level LED brake light, and then we come down. We can see the graphics running down each side, T338, Edition 24, and then the Carado light cluster. And these are nice LED lights. They do look modern. Just because it's more of an entry level doesn't mean we're having to compromise on the style. Now, as I come round to the off side, we find the garage. Now let me reopen this for us. There we go. So the garage door, it's a good sized garage door and it's got the clip here. So when you open it, it's going to stay in place so it doesn't blow against the motorhome. Now we do have a light, I've turned that on. Now it is a simple garage, there's not much going on here, there's no extra sockets and bits and pieces, but it's nicely finished. It's got the solid floor and the hooks, the tie downs. So if you've got sports equipment or bikes, you can secure those. Then there's a number of shelves, as we can see, for putting bits and pieces. And just above the light, there is a plug socket, but there's no external shower or anything like that. So that is the garage space, good sized garage indeed. Now, coming down the offside, so next here we're going to find our gas locker. This motorhome will take two 11-kilo gas bottles, so that's a good gas allowance, great for using off-grid, the cooking devices, and also your Truma air-blown heating. Next up, we have our electric hookup point here. And then what I'll do is I'll just take us upwards. So coming along down this offside, we can see this wind out two-lay awning in white. This is part of the Edition 24 pack, so this will come attached to this model. There is an awning light, and then as we come down, there's the vents for the tower fridge and freezer. It's got a really good sized fridge and freezer on board, the toilet cassette point, and then we get to the door. So at the door, we do find an electric step here. And if I just close the door first of all, we can just see the finish on that. So the door, obviously there is this long window here within the door, the graphics, and if I open that, there is a pleated or concertina blind, a white finish on the door, and this handle here. Right, I'm going to venture into the Ford-based T338 and make my way into the cab. So, here I am in the cab space. Now, this model, it is available as a 2 or a 4 berth. This one at Camper UK is the 4 berth model. It does have 4 travel seats, whether you go for the 2 or the 4 berth. Now, up in the front, so we have the Ford dash and cab area. So the Ford multifunctional steering wheel, we can see the features on here. We've got the cab aircon that we can see, the vents, the radio. There isn't an infotainment screen here. We haven't got a rear view camera fitted as standard. We do have the automatic gear lever, but what we are getting on this as the Edition 24 is there's blinds in the front of the windscreen in the cab and the side windows. So we do get the blind pack, which is useful on site for that privacy and insulation. The seats, now this is quite nice. This is like a suede effect complemented by a fabric, and this is in the grey finish. The armrests the same. There's nothing embossed on the headrests, which you often do get with other manufacturers, but nothing embossed on these. There is a nice grey finish which continues round this cab area. Now, what I shall do, I shall stand up next. Now, looking up, there is a sunroof above me. We have got a big blind here as well with a fly screen, so if you choose to open this, you have got that. Above me, there's a drop-down bed. I'll talk about that in a second, but the drop-down bed is above me. That's because this is the 4 berth, and then we come down into our lounge. So whether it be 2 or 4 people, there's space for the people to sit around this table. There is some movement to it as well. And then dropping down, we come on to our next level. Now, just over here, if I open this, there's an overhead locker. It's only shallow, but you've got that overhead space here in the lounge area. And then, if I bring us down to floor level, down here, we can see a plug socket down there. There's also some USB charging points in that corner and vents for the Truma air-blown heating. So that is good in that you can sit here and charge bits and pieces. Now, as I come round here, so we came in through the offside, there's some hooks here for our coats, light switches, and then the electric button step button. I won't press that because Jules is stood on it. Then some little shelving units there that we can see. Now the bed, so this is the drop down bed. You can see here it's a good size. I believe it's 190 centimetres long and 140 centimetres wide. So it's a good size double bed, and there's all these lights in it here to bring that illumination into this space. If you wanted it in the 2 berth, then you wouldn't have this. The way this operates is you pull a lever that's here to the side, and then you pull this bed down. You do have to be careful that you don't catch anything. It's probably best maybe if there's a couple of you helping out. I'm not going to pull it any further. I'm just going to leave it there so you can have a look. There's a sunroof up there. You can see the mattress and the 2 ends as well there. And then the curtain for privacy, that curtain there, just up there that I'm pointing to. There's also an additional light as well up there on a night time. So I'll just raise that now. So that is 2 of the berths, and then always make sure it's locked in. There we go. People think, is it better to have a pull down bed or an electric bed? It depends on you really. The benefit obviously with the electric is it's much simpler. You press a button. The other thing is sometimes these electric beds, they can have their own issues as well. So sometimes a manual mechanism that you'd find more on an entry level like this can save you problems in the long run. Now, on the offside wall, there's installation here, the television bracket. So we put our TVs here. The control panel for the Truma, that's your air-blown heating and hot water. And this is the control panel for the motorhome itself. It's going to tell you your battery level and your fresh water tank level. There's plenty of space for putting things on here, which is quite nice. You could use this as additional worktop space or just storage. And then we come down to a massive 156 litre tower fridge and freezer by Thetford. This will run off gas and electric. So when you're on hookup, it's going to run through the electric hookup, and when you are off grid, you'll be running it on gas. This won't run off grid on electric. It is not compressor. This is an absorption fridge and freezer. So electric hookup or gas. So there we go. Nice big appliance though. Now moving around. Now I quite like this. Because this is open plan, I feel you get quite a lot of space here. Considering motorhomes don't often feel spacious, I feel there's lots of room. I like this kitchen space. There's a nice light bar here, which again, a nice touch on an entry-level motorhome, but the nice light bar feeding round into the kitchen. Plenty of space. I know some of you look at this and think, what do you mean plenty of space? Motorhomes are very limited kitchen space. So we have got worktop space and more space here as well. Space. I know I say the word a lot, but it's important. Then we have this window surround, a blind, and a fly screen. What's interesting to note is on this, with it being entry level, it's the plastic blind. This is pretty common on European manufacturers to use that plastic. So the plastic blind, the window does open. Under here, 2 gas burners. Again, standard on Europeans, they tend not to use electric hot plates. The sink, you've got your swivel tap. And then as we come down, this one is fitted with the Thetford dual gas oven and grill. So grill up here, the oven lights at the back there. So you press the igniter and that's going to fire in. So a dual appliance, nice to see within a European motorhome. Drop down here, just a little bit of storage under there. And then coming across, what I do like is under here, there's a little LED strip here. So again, that's nice. And then cutlery tray. That's the cover there for the sink. You can always use this. Some people use these as like little draining boards and things as well. But it's cover for the sink, cutlery tray. And then in this one, we just have a shelving unit here and here. And then what we get here is the fixed bin. And that is not a bad size either. That is a good size little under counter bin. Close that up. So this is, say, the kitchen space. As we move back, we then up here find a plug socket. So you can put your electrical gadgets on here, like kettles and toasters, whatever you want to use, even an air fryer if you're wanting to bring one of those away, light switches. And then this storage area. I'm not going to go here yet because I consider this under bed storage, so I'm not going to go there yet. Coming back here, another plug socket there, and a further light switch here. So that's the kitchen, good sized kitchen. Back to my offside. Now offside, there's a big circular light up here, letting plenty of light down to here, so that's good illumination. Coat hooks and the mirror. And then a big sunroof, we can see that above here. Again, it's got a blind and a fly screen. You can open this. What I'd say, unless you try and hang off there, for smaller people like me, what you soon discover is these are actually quite hard to open. When I'm away, that's a job for Jules because I can't reach. So just something to think about if you're not very tall. Now, on the offside, we find the washroom. I'm going to go into here first of all before we go back here because it just is a nicer way to feed round. So we have this fixed door. If I open the door, now when you open that, just be careful on that step there because it does touch there. So be careful with that. We've got the mirror and then there's places here to hang towels. Again, a nice feature there. Let's venture in a little bit. Now, it is an all-in-one. There's always a compromise, and on a just under 7 metre motorhome, you're going to compromise that. On this, you're not going to get the separate spaces, but we have a nice shelf up here. This might be a good place maybe to put towels or something like that, because otherwise when you drive off, whatever's on there is going to fall off. So just use that sensibly. Then we come down, 2 more hooks for towels, which I like to see that sort of space. And then in here, we have a bathroom cabinet, but these are very narrow shelves, just a couple of inches. It'll just give you an idea. But you can get some toiletries in there. And then the Thetford swivel toilet down here. I've got an air vent to keep you warm while you sat on the toilet. And then coming round, just move around this way, we have the sink. Good size sink, no intrusion here from a cabinet. We've got this mirror, swivel tap. And if I open this up, this is going to drop down, and we have a toilet roll holder in here, and then some more shelving in there. Now, when it comes to wanting to use this space to shower in, the shower screen is here. So you're going to unclip it here, and you can see a little rail. So you're going to slide it along to protect the space. And then with this door, I'll just step out and show you this. There's a clasp there, white plastic clasp. Push this in and just slide this across. Okay, so that's going to move across over the toilet. So you can see that now. So that's gone over the toilet. The screen is going to come around. So ideally, the idea is when you're showering, the water should not get around here. It should be contained within this space. Yes, obviously the water will get on there. Give that a wipe down when you're finished. There's somewhere to put your shower gels here. Then we find the actual shower itself. And it's quite a nice, I'll just pull this out, quite a nice finish on it. Nice chrome. And it's got a proper hose as well, as opposed to plastic. So that is nice. And up here, somewhere else to hang our wet towels. And then another little sunroof roof vent there. So when you're finished, wipe it all down and just pop it back. There we go. The lighting, yeah, not a bad little space. I like to shower on board. Not bad. I could manage that. If you're a big chap or a bigger lady, just have to see whether it's suitable for you. But yeah, not a bad space. Right, let's head up this way. Now, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to talk about the beds as they are at the moment. So the T338, this has longitudinal beds, as we can see. You can use these as single beds as they are now. This one here is over 200 centimetres long, and it's, I believe, 80 centimetres in width. This one here on the other side is around about 196 centimetres, and again, the same width. So nice size single beds. So these are suitable for taller people. The reason this one's shorter is because it does meet here on the washroom, and this one's gone a little bit further here towards our kitchen space. So good size single beds. There is a privacy curtain as well. Now, you can either use it as it is, or we can pull this further out. You see this slides out. And that back cushion there, when it's fully extended, is going to slot in, and you can use it as a double. And then what you'll do is you'll step down. There is a separate ladder. So there's a ladder that is going to connect onto there, so you can climb onto this as a double bed. There's also a ladder to get on the drop down bed as well. So let me just slide this back in the meantime. So when you want to get on them as single beds, this will go further back when you lift that cushion out. Let me do that. Pull that there. Slide that across. Right, that'll give you a better idea. So we can climb on here and we're into bed. Full demonstration, there we go. But if you want to use it as double, you'll pull it further out. Bedroom space. Got the headboard in the same sort of fabric colour as we found up in the cab. Two cupboards. These are quite a nice colour as well. They're maybe I don't even know what to describe them as. They're a nice colour. Good size. These have got a nice depth to them. You can see the curvature of the motorhome wall there. And looking underneath, you can see the little LED lights as well on an evening. There's then cabinets there, open cabinets on each side. The windows have got the nets, the blinds and the fly screens. I'll close those. And there's this little sunroof as well. Right, let me dive down and I'll show you that storage that I said I'd come back to. So under the near side bed, now that is a nice little storage compartment. So not only are you getting a really good sized garage on this motorhome, because of the longitudinal beds, we've got great storage underneath for our clothes, shoes and all those bits and pieces. And under the offside bed, we have, if you look up here, there should be a little plastic dark grey bar, and you can hang clothing off there. So that's further storage under there for clothes and what have you. Right, there we go. So bedroom, really good sized beds like these. There's plenty of space here for getting changed as well. Coming down, very nice sized kitchen. It's got the oven and grill, it's got the hob. This is standard for European. You're very unlikely to find a factory fitted microwave. So this is a nice kitchen. Good little washroom. Shower is the compromise. If you're showering on board, that's going to be the compromise. Really good sized tower fridge and freezer. And then this dining room space here. Again, yes, it's not huge. It's not great for relaxation, but motorhomes, they're not like caravans, completely different. So that's potentially another compromise for people. But you've got the electric step, you've got the wind out awning. This one's got the 155 horsepower, the automatic transmission. So on the face of it, For £79,000 in the current climate, compare it against obviously its competition, not a bad motorhome at all. So that is the Carado T338 Edition 24 based on Ford. I have done some other Carado reviews as well based on Fiat, so if you want to have a look back, you can have a look at those. I will put a link to the Carado website down there so you can check out further the models and the specification. And I'll also put a link to the Carado website, to the Camper UK website, sorry, so you can check out the models they've got. They are a dealership for Carado. Thank you to Camper UK who've let us come today and film a review of this. That is appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.